In some shocking news, a Mumbai returnee hailing from Mandya has tested positive for COVID-19 in a third round of tests. The infected individual had been released from quarantine after he tested negative for the virus twice. However, the officials who were doubtful got him tested for the third time, which came back as positive. Accordingly, the youth was later escorted from his house back to the hospital, but the authorities' move has created panic among the locals. Churches in Mysuru are slated to reopen from Monday. Accordingly, prayers and services will commence from 5:30 a.m. Devotees are expected to wear masks and use hand sanitizers. However, devotees have been asked to not light candles or touch the statues of deity. Only 50 devotees will be permitted to enter a church at any given time.
One entry, one exit. ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಪೂಜೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕೆ ಕನಿಷ್ಠ 20 ನಿಮಿಷಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚಿತೆ ಅವ್ರು ಬರಬೇಕು. ಈ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೂಗಳನ್ನು ಚರ್ಚ್ಗೆ ತರುವಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ಗಳು ನಾವು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಈ ಚರ್ಚ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಉರಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ನಿರ್ಬಂಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
The famed Dharmasthala Manjunatha temple is all set to throw its doors open for devotees from Monday. Accordingly, sanitization was conducted at the Manjunatha temple. Arrangements have been made to screen all devotees and provide them with hand sanitizers. Darshan will commence from 6 a.m. However, only sandalwood paste will be provided as prasad. But the temple administration has decided to continue with its Anna Dasoha program. Devotees will be provided free food while following social distancing norms. The iconic Kukke Subramanya temple too will be reopening from Monday. However, the temple administration has decided not to offer any sevas or pujas for devotees. Accordingly, the various sevas including Sarpa Samskara and many more will not be offered to devotees. However, devotees have been permitted to take bath in the river and have darshan of the Lord. North Karnataka's famed shrines including the Kudala Sangamanatha temple in Bagalkot and Sharana Basveshwara temple in Kalaburgi are set to reopen from Monday. Social distancing boxes and other precautions have been undertaken at the temple premises. The Kudala Sangamanatha temple authorities have permitted devotees to have darshan between 6:30 a.m. and 12 p.m. for the next 4 days. Lodging and Annadasoha facilities at the temples will not be available. A historical and famed Channakeshwar temple at Belur in Hassan is also to reopen for tourists and devotees from Monday. Preparations have been made as per the centre's guidelines. Social distancing will be followed and hand sanitizers will be made available for the devotees. Devotees and tourists have been asked to wear masks while visiting the temple. The historical Veera Narayana temple is also to open its doors for devotees. The temple premises have been cleaned and sanitized for the devotees. Safety precautions have been followed as per the centre's guidelines. The temple is known for its historical importance as the famed Kannada literary work Karnata Bharata Kathamanjari was penned in the temple by the famous Kumara Vyasa. Meanwhile, the iconic Taginele Adikeshwar temple too is slated to reopen on Monday. Devotees will not be provided any prasad at both the shrines.
ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ ಭಕ್ತರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅದು ಗೈಡ್ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ 4 ಜನರಿಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪೂಜೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಮಂಗಾರತಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡಿಸಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ.
Preparations are underway to reopen several shrines in Kolar from Monday. Accordingly, temple staff was seen cleaning and marking social distancing boxes at Bangaru Tirupati temple near Kolar Goldfields. Meanwhile, the historical Avani temple complex too is ready to reopen its doors for darshan from Monday. The famed mutts of Karnataka are all set to reopen their doors for devotees. The iconic Siddhaganga Mutt of Tumukuru has made all arrangements to reopen its doors for devotees. The mutt announced that it will be resuming its Annadasoha for devotees. Meanwhile, the Siddharudhu Mutt in Hubballi and the Muruga Mutt in Chittadurga too have permitted devotees to visit. Health safety norms and social distancing need to be adhered by the devotees.
ಆ ಪ್ರಸಾದ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಈಗ ಅದೇ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಗೇಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿನೇ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೈಸರ್ ಹಾಕಿಸಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆ ಪ್ರಸಾದ
With the number of corona cases on the rise in Andhra Pradesh, the Andhra state government had not permitted the reopening of the shrines in the state. As a result, the famed Raghavendra Swami temple in Mantralaya will continue to remain closed till the 15th of June. This comes as a disappointment for many devotees in neighboring Karnataka.
ಯಾವೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೆಗೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದಮೇಲೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕರ್ನೂಲು ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಅಧಿಕೃತವಾದಂಥ ಸೂಚನೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅವರು ಕ್ಲಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಎನ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನಂತರ ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಕ್ತವಾದಂಥ ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
The iconic Durga Parmeshwari shrine at Katil in Dakshina Kannada will remain closed for devotees. The temple administration has deferred the reopening of the shrine in anticipation of large crowds gathering at the temple. The temple is slated to reopen after online entry tickets are provided to the devotees. The popular religious destination Sigandur Chaudeshwari temple has deferred reopening of the shrine. The decision has been taken by the temple administration in anticipation of the large number of devotees who will be arriving at the shrine from across the state. The temple officials have decided to take a decision about reopening the temple after the 20th of June. The popular Chamarajendra Zoological Gardens of Mysuru, or Mysuru Zoo that is, has laid out stringent norms ahead of its reopening on Monday. The zoo will remain open for visitors between 8:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. All visitors will be screened and provided with hand sanitizers. The zoo has barred the entry of kids below the age of 10 years and senior citizens above the age of 65. The zoo authorities will also be permitting just 1,000 visitors per hour to enter the premises. CBI officials have filed a charge sheet in connection with the investigation of the Yogesh Gowda murder case. According to the charge sheet, political enmity has been identified as the reason behind the murder. The charge sheet also states that 2 previous assassination attempts had been made on the Gram Panchayat member. Yogesh Gowda was a Gram Panchayat member in Dhanwad who had been brutally murdered in the year 2016.